Cybersecurity is such a broad field that in this video, I hope to break down the different areas of cybersecurity. That way you can identify exactly what you are interested in most. So before we begin, a little background about myself. I'm currently a cybersecurity professional specializing in digital forensics and incident response, also known as DFIR or DFIR. And exactly what is incident response or digital forensics? Well, we'll dive into that a little later. Over the years, I've had a bunch of people come up to me and ask, hey, I'm interested in cybersecurity, so how exactly can I get into cybersecurity? Or even, what kind of certificates should I get into cybersecurity? Well, the answer is, it depends. Now, why does it depend? Well, if you recall in the beginning, I did mention cybersecurity is a broad field. So today I wanted to introduce you to the cybersecurity mind map. The cybersecurity mind map that I'm referencing was created back in 2017. Now, although that's been a couple years, it's still relevant in terms of what kind of domains exist within cybersecurity. Let's start with the first domain, risk assessments. I see this domain as one of the more popular domains. Why? Well, are you someone who recently finished Mr. Robot and want to hack things? Well, that is why. Now, don't get me wrong, not all companies would want you to hack and break into things. Some may just actually want you to identify what are the potential vulnerabilities that exist within the environment, or identify what exists within the environment, be it software and or hardware. You, at the end of the day, are identifying risk. Second domain from the bottom right, governance. Are you someone who enjoys identifying those that are not following certain standards? Or maybe you like creating policies and procedures for their organizations to follow to make sure that they are following best practices. This domain is for those that enjoy laying down the law, so to speak. Next is threat intelligence, also known as threat intel. We all know that the internet is a scary place to be and hackers like to hide and mask their true identity, and some actually get away with it. But there are some sophisticated hackers, or what we like to call nation-state actors, that do so much bad that eventually they get caught. But how? Threat intelligence is how. I'm sure you've seen a TV show involving some kind of police task force and someone is there connecting all the dots, which eventually leads to a person of interest. If that interests you and you want to be the one connecting the dots, well, this domain is for you. User education. One of, if not the most important domain in my opinion. I'm sure you've seen or read an article talking about security awareness, and that is for good reason. Since I'm on this topic, make sure you enable multi-factor authentication. Thank you very much. I've heard this a bunch of times, and that is, humans are the weakest link. And it is up to you if you agree or disagree with that statement. If you are someone who loves to teach the public about the importance of a certain topic, then this domain is for you. Spread awareness because we all play a part in security. Next is security operation, my favorite domain. You may have heard the term blue team, and this is where they live. We as blue teamers defend our castle against intruders that use known tactics. We come up with new and interesting ways that the intruders may use to sneak their way in. We also respond and kick out intruders that bypass our security, and the best part? We try our best to trace the steps that the intruder had taken so we can actually understand how they got in and use that knowledge to strengthen our defenses so the next time they try it again, they won't be so lucky. For me, I decided to specialize in this domain, specifically in digital forensics and incident response. I love being the person to come in and identify root cause and see how exactly did the attackers get in. In summary, we defend, hunt, and kick out unauthorized individuals. Next is security architecture. If you like designing and putting things together, well, this is your domain. Crafting up a well-documented network design or even configuring a secure cloud environment goes a long way. I have nothing but great things to say for those that put in the work to design and configure an environment with security in mind. For those that design a flat network, use any rules, or utilize default configurations. Last I'll talk about is physical security. The main purpose of this domain is to protect people, equipment, facilities, and resources. See, without physical security, anyone could walk up to any organization and perhaps steal sensitive equipment or cause an outage by unplugging a bunch of cables. This domain ensures that the physical aspect of the organization is well protected. while the rest of the domains secure the digital aspect of the organization. To sum it up, imagine our goal is to build a castle and defend it against Mr. Castle. I know I'm terrible with names. So when it comes to building our castle, security architecture is responsible for designing how to best build our castle in a secure manner, whereas physical security would be the ones putting together a watchtower, drawbridge, a gate, and hiring a bunch of soldiers to protect the castle. Risk assessment would then be responsible for trying to identify ways Mr. Castle can break in, or if the material used to build our castle is strong enough. Governance will be there to ensure that our castle is being built up to standards, whatever that is back in the day, and maybe implementing a policy where we must record all individuals who access the castle, and if someone wanted to come in, they must say a secret word while ringing a bell. Threat intelligence will keep tabs on each individual that requested to come in and out of our castle. They will read reports about attacks on our neighboring castles and identify tactics used so we can prepare to defend ourselves from similar attacks, especially from Mr. Castle. User education will raise awareness to our soldiers to enforce the rule where any person wanting to come in must say the secret word and ring a bell. They will also encourage our soldiers to raise a flag if they notice any suspicious activity. Security operations, the lookout, the person standing by in the watchtower making sure things are normal, the soldier who patrols the perimeter to spot any attempts from Mr. Castle, and the team standing by to respond and contain the threat. So hopefully that all made sense, and I know I did skip over some cybersecurity domains, but if you're interested in a specific domain, let me know in the comment section down below and maybe I can help you reach your goals. In future videos, my plan is to dig deeper into my domain, digital forensics and incident response. We'll be going through some labs, walking through some capture the flag scenarios, and even trying out some new tools. If you like this video and find it informative, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to.